Let's
So
keep
let
going.
me flip it. If you were on a meteoric rise, right? If you were quickly becoming Issa Rae, right? If you was on a meteoric
Oh,
rise,
I
like,
would love that.
okay, so let's just say that's what's happening for you, right? Let's say
Yeah.
that that's the path you're on, and that's made clear to you by your agent, the contracts you have, the things you have in the works, all
Hmm.
behind the scenes stuff that we don't know.
Yeah.
When you meet a dude you want to rock with, what you gonna tell him? What kind of significant other you need? What you gonna tell him?
Well, I'm gonna tell him I want someone who's supportive. I want someone who's gonna hold me down. Someone who
Like,
can feel safe. I don't do that. That's my kind of my point here. I don't go, oh, I need you to be like Morris Chestnut. I need you to be like this because I don't know those people to require somebody to be that way. I also think when you get into these strict ideals, you can have your ideals, you can know what you want or what you don't want. I think what becomes an issue is when you are inflexible. And I think going into it and saying this woman has to be like Coretta. First of all, you've never met the woman, so how the fuck do you know that she is like Coretta or not? You don't know what
fair,
this woman was. You don't know what this woman really was like.
right?
But also, let's say
But
it was
what you
somebody,
know is the image that's been portrayed
the
of her.
image, right? Because this is about image.
Yes, all of it.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is things are not always as they seem because it
Right.
is about image, right?
Of course.
So my requirement of a significant other uh is not based upon how they look to other people. It's based upon how they look to me.
Right.
Now, do I expect for the person that I'm dealing with to have manners and to be to make me feel safe and to make me feel supported? And I mean, we could go down a whole long list, right? Of course. But I would say that the closest thing to that would be like if I said that I wanted someone who had values that were similar to my own or had values that were likened to my own upbringing, which I guess then would bring me to my father. But which a lot of women will say, oh, I want a guy who's like my dad. I personally don't say that. And my dad's a great guy, but that's just not the way I view the world. So I get it. I get that people have those ideals. I just don't. It's just, you have to, like I said, you have to be flexible. You don't have to compromise yourself, right? You don't have to sacrifice what you need for another person. But
Sure, but the question was, what if you had to present a celebrity person who you wanted your husband to kind of follow their image of how they are as a husband? Who would you say?
I don't
That's what I'm
have,
asking.
I guess my point is I don't have one.
All right, would you want a husband who act like Dennis Rodman?
No, I don't think
Would you want a
so.
husband who act like Will Smith? That's why.
That's
Like,
debatable.
okay, I the reason I ask is because we have seen a lot of different Hollywood husbands, quote unquote, right? So if you on the trajectory to become an Issa Rae kind of person, you you might have to let him know, hey, person A, I need you to act like Viola Davis' husband. You feel what I'm saying?
I just wanna, if that was the case and I was in the public eye like that, I would just want a husband who was seen and not heard. And I don't mean that he's not allowed to speak. I just mean I wouldn't want like Kiki Palmer's baby daddy to be, or like who else? That same dude that Halle Bailey had the baby with, DDG. The ones that don't know how to shut their mouths in the public, I wouldn't want that. I could say that with I can say that with certainty. I'm a very private person, so
But
I
that's what
wouldn't
I'm
want
asking. So let's say,
but
okay, good.
I don't have a celebrity man that I look to and I'm like, oh yeah, my man should be like him. I
All
think
right, but
that's weird.
let's say he was behaving like the two men you just said. And you was trying to do like Jonathan Majors in the audio we heard, where you was like, hey man, you've been wilding. You need to act like,
You
come
need to
on.
act like you have home training.
Ah, all right, we can move on.
Who would you want a woman to act like?
Um, I think
Let me
I
hear,
think I
and
think
then maybe
Michelle
I'll.
Obama is a great example of how to
Okay.
not only be supportive in the public eye, but also be able to
Project a good image.
balance things, right? Like we know
Okay.
her not just as some stay-at-home mom, she's also a
Right.
great author, a great businesswoman. To me, that like I've said before, that's the people, that is the couple a lot of people see as the perfect modern
Yeah.
day powerhouse couple. Now, perhaps that's not what you want. Perhaps you want somebody like Stedman, right? You know, you might want somebody
No, but we
who,
talking about you. We talking about you. I'm
oh,
saying
then
who would be
then
your celebrity person? Since you
I
asking
don't
me.
I don't know enough about celebrity couples, but I do like the example. I'm being honest. I don't like. I don't know really how. I mean, sure, we know about like him and Kanye were
I
kind
would
of.
not want a man like Kanye.
I know, but I'm saying I don't have too
I'm
many
joking.
examples to pull from. So like
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are another good example. Uh,
Yeah.
but I
I
don't
think
know
they
if I want
are.
my woman touring a month after she broke her knee. You know, like I don't
Right, but
know.
then but okay, but to your point, you're now getting into things that are behind the surface, and we're only
You're right. You're
talking
right.
about
You're
the
right. You're right.
surface, right?
So just
Because
as that surface level stuff we see.
just the image of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess it's not
Then
just
I
the
think
image because
Viola
he's talking
Davis
about being
is a great
supportive.
example. She
I
mentions
love
her
her and her
husband
husband.
constantly. She shines light constantly on the projects he has going on, even when they're not intertwined, because they do a lot of stuff together. I think Michelle Obama is a
Now,
good. Huh?
what about Monique and her husband? Because she calls her husband daddy.
I don't want a wife like Monique. Sorry, but
That woman calls her husband daddy
I
every
don't.
day,
I don't
every
listen.
minute,
Let me say
every
this.
hour.
Let me say this because I know I had a strong reaction. I think they are clearly happy. They've been together forever. And so clearly they're happy, and that part is beautiful. I would love to find somebody I could be with for that long. But
Uh,
Monique's public behavior is not my favorite. And so, no, I would not want a wife who has that type of public outburst behavior. That I will say.
okay.
That's all I got.